Hey guys, you got the Dude Man here, and I am going to do a brief video on some of my favorite distortion and overdrives that I've been using lately. I've been using various overdrives and distortions for most of the time I've been playing, over 40 years now. And I love my effects. I don't always use them. Sometimes it's better just to have a clean sound, but when you want to have a little, you get a spot for a little solo, it's good to kick in some overdrive and tear it up a little bit, or go flat out distortion and man, tear it up is make a statement. So anyway, I'm gonna have the camera go down and show you the pedals as I'm playing, so you could get a better idea of each one. I'm going to be using the Ibanez EHB 1500. And this is active passive bass, Nordstrand pickups and electronics. Great bass. And here's what it sounds like. Sounds great. With a pick, it's good too. I put my little pick holder right here so I never lose my picks. So it's a great sounding bass. Anyway, I'm going to move the camera down to the pedals so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay guys, what we have here is the microtubes, Darkglass Vintage microtubes. This one here. And I've been using this pedal for years now, and I recorded with Backseat Driver. So if you listen to Backseat Driver from, you'll see that on Studio X Music, www.studioxmusic.com. Go to the store or Backseat Driver artist section, and you can see some videos. And whenever you hear me using a distortion, it's usually with this one, not always, but usually. Like I said, I've used many distortions and overdrives over the years. The cool thing about this particular pedal, and you could pick any Darkglass and it's probably going to sound darn good, but the vintage microtubes they got an era button right here, and with that button, if you go all the way clockwise, counterclockwise rather, it's going to give you more of an SVT sound, like the old tube amp sound. If you go all the way clockwise, that's going to be a more modern tone, so it's going to have a little more bite to it. Then you got a blend button, a level button, and a drive button. Right now I've got it in the center of the era, so it's going to have a little bit of the old school, a little bit of the new school. I've got about, we'll put about 45% blend on there, so that's the blend is your bass sound, adding in the overdrive or distortion sound. And the drive, that's full up right now. So here's the bass. That sounds pretty cool, huh? All right, here it is with the SVT sound. More of a warm overdrive tube sound. And then the more modern sound would be this. So that's like a little bit more of a distortion sound. Back to the regular sound. No effect rather. Okay, the next one is the Tech 21 Sans Amp YYZ. This is the Geddy Lee YYZ pedal. That's the first one he came out with. I could tell you a little bit more about Tech 21. They've been making like direct boxes to give you that old school tube sound. They have their own kind of identity sound. It's different from a lot of other pedals, but so here it is again without effect, and with this is the Geddy Lee's personal sound, and they give you a little book with all these different setups. So this is Geddy Lee's personal setting. Here we go. Cut back on the drive and get a more overdrive sound. That's a pretty driving sound right there. Pretty much more towards the distortion side, but I'm not going to go through all the settings. Believe me, you can get a lot of different sounds. If I just take off that tight button, it's probably going to change it. Yeah, it took some of that high-end bite out. But that's cool. Now, the pedal I just got recently is this Jekyll Hyde, and this is the what do you call it? Visual Sound. Used to be Visual Sound. Now they're called True Tone. But when they made these pedals, they were Visual Sound. So the thing with this one is it's got an overdrive and a distortion side. So that's really cool for you know, whether you're a bass player or a guitar player, you can switch between a little bit of bite and full-on distortion. So that's how I got this one set now. So here's your sound, no effect. Overdrive. Cool, right? Now distortion. Sounds like I need a little less mid, a little more treble, so I'm going to dial that in a little better for a cleaner sound. And they got a couple switches on there. On the left overdrive, you can get a bass boost on or off, and over here it's a sharp and a blunt. So I got it on sharp, which I'm going to leave it on. Keep in mind, I got all my settings on the bass pretty much centered on the pickup balance and center detent on the treble and all that stuff. Now, what Visual Sound did back then, they had some guitar players that really loved that overdrive sound. So they made just the overdrive pedal, and that they called it a Root 808. And the reason for that is, I believe there's a chip in some of these, how they get their overdrive sound. I think it came out of the, what was that, Ibanez tube screamer. And they had some kind of like T808 or something like that. I can't remember. T something 808 chip or circuit or whatever it was that gave that tube screamer a great sound. So these have that chip in it, I believe, or something very similar. So I'm going to click on the 808. Here's the sound with no effect again. Now this one I got it set with more overdrive than the last pedal's overdrive setting. So that's really cool. I dig the True Tone and Visual Sound pedals. I've been using them for a long time. Various versions of various things. I've had quite a few different ones, but if I was just going to have one distortion or overdrive pedal, I would probably use this one right here, because if I had to just bring out one small pedal and have it on my pedal board, and I'm not going to use it a lot, but once in a while I want to kick it in for a little bite, that would be the dog right there. Just so you can see right over here, if I can get it there, yeah, here's the Visual Sound chorus and echo pedal. So this gives me a chorus and delay in one pedal, and I've been using this. The reason I like this, the chorus is such a sweet sound. The echo works great. It's analog, so it's nice, smooth sounding. I don't go with the digital stuff. I'm more of an analog dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, the other thing that the Visual Sound did with these pedals is a lot of guitar players love that overdrive sound. They love that sound. So what they were asking, they said to Visual Sound, hey man, you ought to have a pedal like this one, but make it with 2 overdrives, and we could have it the one overdrive set just for a little warmth and bite, and then the other one for more lead. And guess what? They listened. Here it is right here. It's called the Double Trouble. So it's got those 2 overdrive circuits in there. And so I'm just kind of trying to figure out between these 3, well, I should say 2. The 2 double pedals, the Jekyll and the Hyde and the Double Trouble, is what I'm going to be deciding upon, because that gives me, you know, the 2 different sounds. But I'll probably keep that 808 pedal just so I can have that small pedal board that I can bring out to some of these other gigs. These are some of the better ones I found, and I've been messing around with distortions and overdrives like I said for most of the time I've been playing. I love having that little bit of bite on there, and you know, let's give a little more playing, and I'll sign off. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. In fact, if you didn't like the video, still give me the thumbs up. All right, I appreciate it. But even more so, I would appreciate it if you, this thing is trying to take off without me. I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. That helps me, and I would thank you very kindly for that. If you ever have any questions, I answer questions all the time from folks, and I don't mind. So any questions on this stuff, or if there's any videos you want to see on bass gear, bass guitars, whatever, let me know, okay? And we'll see what we can do for you. All right, I'm going to leave you with a little jamming to the Visual Sound Root 808 pedal. That's the single pedal. Okay, here you go. Have fun, guys. Go tear it up. I'll see you.